Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway coming to you from the basement. Hope everyone is doing well today. Man, it's been a crappy day or two of news. Boy, Jeff Beck and Lisa Marie Presley dying at such a young age, and really sad. It's kind of bummed you out. Um, this video wasn't meant to be about Jeff Beck. I was going to talk about my building my collection with The Who today. But I do want to make a couple of comments about Jeff Beck. You could make an argument that this man was one of the greatest guitar player of all time. I mean, he was unequaled, really, his talents. And I was fortunate enough to see him twice. I saw him with the original Jeff Beck group when they toured the Truth album in Toronto in 1968, I think it was, at a place called the Electric Circus. Small little venue, and really close to the stage and everything. It was really cool. It was a really small, intimate club, basically. And for anybody who's in Canada or in the Toronto area, if they don't know, the Electric Circus was at 99 Queen Street East. Now, eventually that was taken over by an independent TV station that started up in Toronto called City TV. So they took over that building, and they put an afternoon dance show on Saturday afternoons called the Electric Circus. So you know where they got that name from. Yeah. So, and I got to see Jeff also one more time in the 90s. He played on a triple bill with Stevie Ray Vaughan and Jeff Healey. Boy, if you like guitars, that was quite a concert. Anyway, building my collection one band at a time. I just a couple days ago uploaded the Kinks and how I kind of got the collection that I have. I want to do the same with The Who. Keep in mind that nothing that I showed you is an original to me that I bought back when I was young. I've sold my collection off a couple times, so everything I got is in the modern era, I guess you'd call it, not from the 60s. But I was looking up dates today because I wasn't quite sure with The Who how the dates worked. I know the first time I was aware of The Who, which is really weird, was Happy Jack, which actually was quite a hit in Canada. I think it made it to #1 in Canada. And but that's 1966. Now these guys were making, like, my generation was before that. I can't explain that. I don't recall those songs being that big here. Maybe someone else can enlighten me what their thoughts and remembrances are on that. But Happy Jack is my first memory of The Who in 1966. Then in 1967, I Can See for Miles came out, and man, that's my favorite Who song. That song just sealed the deal for me. I loved it. And then I guess they were at Monterey Pop Festival that year. I'm not sure what year they would have played the Smothers Brothers and blew everything up. That would have been 69 maybe. But anyway, I didn't buy a Who album until Live at Leeds. That didn't come out until 1970. So I don't know why. I like The Who, a great band, but this was my first Who album. Now this particular one is the anniversary issue, the 3-album set. So it's pretty cool. Who Live at Leeds. I guess I could take it out, just in case anybody hasn't seen this. I bought this on an Amazon warehouse sale. It had a bit of damage on the corner, but I can live with that. Really good sounding set, this one. There's the everything that's on it, if anybody wants to take a look. So from there, I mean, what really, Tommy came out in 1968 or 69. I was more than aware of Tommy. I had friends who owned the album. I just didn't buy the album. Liked it, but just didn't put out the money for a double album. There was other albums that were just, I wanted more. So I was more than aware of Tommy. And, but the next two albums I bought would have been Who's Next? Their greatest album. Yeah, this one's incredible. Now, if anybody's interested, in Canada, Steve Hoffman, I believe, engineered the album, this CD that's available in Canada, and it's supposed to be the best sounding Who CD. So if you have this one, I think it's DIDX 152. That's the go-to CD version of that. Yeah, Who's Next? A classic. So then Quadrophenia, again, I didn't buy it for the same reason, and Quadrophenia is my favorite Who album now. I did eventually get it. Who by Numbers I bought. I really like Who by Numbers. That's a great album. I have that one. And I saw The Who twice in the 70s with Keith Moon. I looked up the dates. December, it was very quick, within a year. Saw them twice. December 11th, 1975, and October 21st, 1976. One of those shows, Toots and the Maytals were the opening act. Never heard reggae music before. And I remember my buddy and I going to the show and seeing this opening act and this strange rhythm and strange beat, and we're going, what the hell is that? That was like our introduction to reggae music. Both really good concerts. They were exactly the same. I guess they just came back at the end of the last tour, so the set list was the same. Everything, it was the exact same show. But who cared? It was the Who live, and they were great. And Keith Moon, I got to see Keith Moon. That was great. So I did eventually pick up Tommy, which is just an amazing record. I mean, a Pete Townshend masterpiece, clearly. This one's on the Decca label. And also Quadrophenia, which I said was my favorite, is my favorite Who album. Absolutely love Quadrophenia. Great record. This one is on MCA. And I eventually got this, not my favorite Who album, although I love the song, Who Are You? That's always an eerie thing, eh, Keith Moon? Not to be taken away. Yeah, this one's on red vinyl. Kind of cool. And for CDs, I ended up, now this was an early Who album I didn't buy, and it has my favorite song, I Can See for Miles, on it. I never liked the commercials and stuff in the middle of it. It just bugged me. So I have a used copy on CD, The Who Sell Out. I know this is a really popular Who album, but I just wish this was a straight up rock album without the nonsense. That would be a masterpiece in my opinion. And I have The Who Hits 50, which is a comp. Now this is all supposedly hits. There are, 24, 34, 42 songs on the two discs. I don't like comps when they use the single edited versions of the songs. How can you have an edited version of Won't Get Fooled Again? Oh, come on. And an edited version of Who Are You? Oh, or is it Eminence Front? I can't remember. Yeah, but they edited the long versions of the songs for this, which ruined it for me because it's a really good comp other than that. This live album came out recently, I think, 2018. The Who, live at the Fillmore East, 1968. Amazing. This is a great album. I don't know if this came out on vinyl as well, but great CD set. And I also have the deluxe edition of Live at Leeds, which has the complete Tommy live on disc 2. I don't think this is really highly respected for sound quality, but it's awesome. And I have Who by Numbers on CD as well. That's my Who collection. So yeah, I don't know if there's anything else I really should have in my Who collection. Let me know what you think, and let me know what you have, when you first discovered the band, and how you're building your collection of different bands. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Have a great weekend. Be safe.